Free yourself from generational pain in 21 days, Ancestral Karma. My dear being, have you ever felt as if your life were being guided by invisible hands, shaping your decisions, your relationships, even your struggles, and yet you don't know why? Perhaps you have noticed the same challenges repeating themselves throughout your family. The same arguments, the same financial difficulties, the same emotional wounds, as if they were transmitted like an inheritance you never asked to receive. You may find yourself reacting in ways that don't feel like your true self, as if you were carrying emotions that were never really yours. These invisible threads that connect your present with the past are what we call family karma. They are not only in your genes, they are in the very vibration of your family's history, in the words spoken across generations, in the decisions made and unmade, in the silent emotions that were never healed. And although you may not see them, they silently influence the way you think, love, and live. This can feel heavy, as if your soul were walking through life with the weight of many lives on its shoulders. But I want you to know that you are not forever bound by these patterns. Karma is not a prison. It is a teacher, and every lesson it brings is an invitation to rise higher. Today, I will guide you gently, step by step, on how to recognize the karmic patterns in your family, how to release their grip on your heart, and how to free your soul. This is not about rejecting your family. This is about transforming the energy that binds you into a blessing that will shine through the generations. Hashtag the deep nature of family karma. Family karma is the invisible inheritance we all carry, a current of energy that flows silently through our lives, shaping the way we think, feel, and act. It is more than the color of your eyes or the sound of your voice. It is the subtle imprint of your family's history, their joys and triumphs, but also their struggles, fears, and incomplete lessons. Imagine a river that begins high in the mountains, collecting minerals, leaves, and even debris as it travels downstream. By the time it reaches you, it carries everything that has come before, the blessings and the burdens alike. This is how it is with family karma. If your ancestors cultivated love, generosity, and courage, these qualities flow to you like pure water that gives life. But if they sowed anger, greed, or fear, those patterns can also ripple into your life, appearing as challenges that seem to repeat without reason. It is important to understand that karma is not a punishment sent by a judging universe. It is the law of cause and effect, a divine mechanism for growth. Every thought, word, and action sets energy in motion, and eventually that energy returns not to harm us but to teach us. The patterns we inherit are opportunities to learn the lessons our family could not complete, to bring light where there was darkness, and to heal where there was pain. Family karma manifests in subtle and obvious ways. It can appear as recurring tendencies in romantic relationships, patterns of self-sabotage that repeat generation after generation, or even as physical illnesses that seem to have a deep emotional connection. It can also manifest in the way we relate to money, success, authority, or even in our most fundamental beliefs about ourselves and the world. These energetic patterns are transmitted not only through genetics, but also through the family's morphogenetic field, that invisible space where collective memories, unprocessed emotions, and limiting beliefs are stored. This is why we can sometimes feel emotions that don't seem to be ours, or react in ways we don't fully understand. Recognizing this truth changes our perspective from powerlessness to empowerment. We begin to see that we are not victims of family karma, but its potential redeemers. In every moment, you have the power to transform the current you have received, purifying it with love, wisdom, and conscious action. And when you do, you not only change your own destiny, you change the course of your entire lineage. This transformation does not happen overnight, but with dedication and spiritual practice, you can begin to feel the profound changes that develop within you and extend through the generations. Hashtag the awakening of consciousness. Before any healing can occur, there must first be awareness. Awareness is like turning on a lamp in a dark room. Suddenly you see what was always there, waiting to be understood. Without awareness, we live on the surface of life, repeating patterns without knowing their origin. With awareness, we begin to notice the subtle threads that connect our experiences with those of our parents, grandparents, and even generations long before. Sit quietly for a moment and allow your mind to settle. Close your eyes and breathe deeply, as if you were drawing peace toward your heart. Ask yourself gently, what patterns keep repeating in my family? Do I notice the same struggles in health, in relationships, or in prosperity? Are there emotional wounds that seem to pass from one generation to the next? Observe without judgment, like a compassionate witness. You are not here to blame anyone, you are here to see clearly. Perhaps you notice a tendency toward fear, a habit of anger, or a constant struggle with confidence. These are not random, they are signals pointing toward incomplete karmic lessons. To deepen this exploration, consider creating an emotional genealogical map. Take paper and pencil and draw a simple family tree. Next to each name, write the predominant emotional qualities you remember from that person. Were they anxious, controlling, loving, fearful, generous? What behavioral patterns were most prominent? This exercise is not to judge, but to see clearly. When you map your family's emotional patterns, you will begin to see the invisible lines that connect experiences. Perhaps you notice that anxiety has been transmitted through the maternal line, or that self-esteem issues have affected several generations on the paternal side. Also observe the positive patterns. Perhaps there is a line of artistic creativity, a tradition of community service, or a natural capacity for healing that has been transmitted. Recognizing these blessings helps you build on the brightest aspects of your inheritance while consciously working with the most challenging ones. In awareness, even pain becomes a teacher. The goal is not to drown in these realizations, but to recognize them with kindness. Just as a doctor first diagnoses before prescribing, you must first understand the pattern before you can release it. This gentle seeing begins to loosen the knots of karma. You realize that you are not the pattern itself, you are the one who observes it. This is the first taste of freedom, the understanding that you have a choice. The past may have shaped the beginning of your story, but it doesn't have to write the ending. Awareness also allows you to see the positive patterns you have inherited. Perhaps there is a tradition of resilience in your family, or a natural capacity for compassion. Recognizing these blessings helps you build on them while working to transform the more challenging aspects of your family inheritance. Remember that developing awareness is a gradual process. Be patient with yourself as you unravel the layers of family patterns. Some revelations may come immediately, while others will unfold slowly as you deepen your practice of self-knowledge and healing. #the transformative power of forgiveness. Many karmic chains that bind families are made not of actions, but of unforgiven memories. Wounds that were never healed become echoes in the hearts of future generations. Perhaps your parents acted harshly, or your grandparents made decisions that caused pain. Maybe words were said in anger, or love was withheld out of ignorance or fear. My dear being, understand this: most souls do not cause harm out of true evil, but out of their own blindness to truth. They are like travelers lost in fog, stumbling without seeing the path ahead. Many times, those who hurt us were acting from their own unhealed wounds, perpetuating cycles they themselves had inherited without realizing it. Forgiveness is the sacred key that opens the door of the heart. It doesn't mean you approve of the wrong that was done. It doesn't erase the past. It doesn't require you to forget what happened or maintain toxic relationships. What it does is free you from the emotional weight that keeps you tied to it. Forgiveness says, I will not let this pain decide my future. I choose peace over resentment. The process of family forgiveness often requires multiple layers of inner work. First, there is forgiveness toward those who hurt you directly. Second, there is forgiveness toward yourself for any way you have perpetuated harmful patterns. Third, there is forgiveness toward the complete lineage for the burdens you have had to carry. In your meditation, invite each family member, living or deceased, into a gentle space of light. See them surrounded by a warm golden glow. Begin with those toward whom you feel the most love and gratitude, allowing those positive feelings to fill your heart. Then, gradually include those with whom you have more difficult relationships. For each person, visualize a cord of light between your heart and theirs. If the cord appears dark or heavy due to pain or resentment, imagine a golden light flowing through it, cleaning and purifying it. From the stillness of your heart, say silently, I release you from any expectation. I forgive you for any pain caused. I bless you on your own path. I free us both. If intense emotions arise during this process, allow them to express themselves completely. Cry if you need to cry. Scream into a pillow if you feel anger. Tremble if there is stored fear. Every tear that falls is a river washing away old pain. Every emotion released is a karmic chain that dissolves. Forgiveness doesn't change the past, but it transforms the way its energy lives within you. When you forgive, you dissolve the karmic rope that binds you to old pain. What was once a chain becomes a bridge, a path for understanding, compassion, and even love to flow again. And by releasing others, you will find that you have also freed yourself, walking lighter, freer, and more open to the divine grace that wishes to guide you forward. Forgiveness is a process, not a single event. You may need to return to this practice many times, especially with the deepest wounds. Be patient with yourself. Every act of forgiveness, however small, creates waves of healing that extend through time and space. Remember also that forgiveness toward yourself is equally important. Forgive yourself for any way you have perpetuated harmful patterns, for the times you acted from pain instead of love, for mistakes made while learning. Self-compassion is the foundation upon which all true healing is built. ## spiritual practices for purification. True liberation from family karma comes when you purify your consciousness and elevate it to a higher vibration. My dear being, karmic patterns are like dust in the air. They only swirl around you when the mind is restless. When your mind becomes still, the dust settles, and the light of your soul shines clearly. Spiritual practice is the sacred cleansing that makes this possible. Begin with deep meditation every day. In stillness, you rise above the noise of the body and mind, entering into the clear sky of spirit. Here, karmic patterns lose their grip because they cannot exist in the higher vibrations of pure consciousness. Even 10 minutes of sincere meditation daily can begin to change the energy of your entire lineage. During your meditation, visualize a golden light emanating from your heart, extending backward through the generations of your family, healing and purifying the ancestral lineage. Afterward, offer prayers for your ancestors. Whether they lived with kindness or error, your prayer sends light to their journey. The soul, even after death, continues to grow. Your love and blessing become a gift that transcends time. Practice seva or selfless service. Perform acts of kindness without expecting reward, and dedicate them to the elevation of your family. Every compassionate action plants seeds of new karma, replacing the old weeds with flowers. Even small acts, like smiling at a stranger or helping someone in need, contribute to this transformation. Use affirmations to reprogram your inner world. Speak words like, I am free from all limiting patterns. I live in God's light. My family is healed and blessed. Say them with conviction until they take root in your subconscious and become your reality. Keep a gratitude journal where you record the blessings you have received from your family line. This helps you balance your perspective and appreciate the positive gifts you have inherited along with the challenges. Over time, these practices purify the river of ancestral energy that flows through you. What was once heavy becomes light, what was tangled becomes clear. The beauty of spiritual practice is that it not only frees you, it creates waves of blessing for your family, your children, and generations yet to be born. ## transforming suffering into wisdom. Every difficulty you have faced, whether born from your own actions or inherited from your family, has within it a seed of wisdom. My dear being, pain is not meant to break you. It is meant to awaken you. The soul does not grow in the absence of challenges, because it is through trials that inner strength is forged. Family karma often delivers lessons wrapped in difficulty. Yet when you look deeply, you will see that even suffering can become a sacred teacher. If your family's history has been filled with fear, perhaps that fear has awakened in you the courage to seek truth. If you were surrounded by anger, perhaps it planted in you the longing for peace. If you endured neglect, perhaps it taught you the invaluable value of love and kindness. The same fire that can burn can also purify. Do not curse the past that shaped you. Instead, ask, what is this experience trying to teach my soul? How can I turn this weight into wings? When you change your question from, why me, to, what can I learn? You transform yourself from a victim of karma into its conscious student. The lotus flower is born in muddy water, yet it rises untouched, its petals pure and radiant. In the same way, you can rise from the mud of old patterns, carrying only the fragrance of wisdom. Let every wound deepen your compassion, every challenge sharpen your awareness, every sorrow open your heart more widely. When you choose to see your pain as a gift, it loses its power to chain you. It becomes the very force that propels you toward a higher life. And in this transformation, you fulfill one of the greatest purposes of human existence, turning darkness into light. This perspective does not deny the reality of suffering, but gives it meaning and purpose. It allows you to honor your pain while working to transform it, creating something beautiful from what once caused you anguish. ## living as a free soul. A soul free from family karma moves through the world with lightness, as if a great weight had been lifted from its shoulders. My dear being, freedom does not mean abandoning your family or forgetting your roots. It means that you are no longer bound by the unconscious patterns that once shaped your decisions. You see your parents, siblings, and relatives not through the lens of old wounds, but as fellow souls on their own sacred journeys. You love them without clinging, and you help them without losing yourself. When you live as a free soul, your heart becomes like a clear lake, still, reflective, and undisturbed by the storms that may pass overhead. You can offer kindness without expecting anything in return. You can speak truth without fear and listen with deep compassion. You are no longer drawn into cycles of blame, guilt, or obligation. Instead, you act from a place of conscious choice, guided by the silent inner wisdom. This freedom is not selfish. It is the greatest gift you can offer to your lineage. By breaking the old patterns within yourself, you send waves of healing both backward to your ancestors and forward to generations yet to come. Your light becomes a path for others to walk. Living as a free soul also deepens your connection with the divine. You realize that while you have a human family, your true home is an infinite spirit, and your eternal Father is God. In this awareness, no earthly situation can truly bind you. You can set healthy boundaries without guilt, express your authentic truth without fear of rejection, and follow your spiritual purpose even if others don't understand it. This is true freedom, the ability to be completely yourself while maintaining love and compassion for all. ## a new beginning for your lineage. Freedom from family karma is not the end of your journey. It is the beginning of a life lived in harmony with your soul's highest calling. And when you walk this path, you become living proof that liberation is possible for all. Your personal transformation has a profound and lasting effect on the entire family system, even if others don't consciously understand what is occurring. When you change your energy, you change the energetic dynamics of the entire family network. It's as if you were a musical note that has been out of tune, and by tuning yourself, the entire family symphony begins to harmonize more beautifully. This process of karmic liberation not only benefits you, but creates waves of healing that travel both to the past and to the future. To the past, your ancestors receive liberation from the burdens they could not release in life. To the future, your descendants will inherit a cleaner lineage, freer from the limiting patterns that once defined the family. Imagine yourself as a purifying filter in the river of family time. Everything that comes from the past must pass through your healed consciousness before reaching the future. The patterns you choose to transform will not continue forward. The blessings you choose to amplify will multiply for generations to come. In this new paradigm of life, you become the ancestor that future generations needed. Your great-grandchildren, though they may never know you physically, will benefit from the healing work you are doing today. They will carry in their spiritual DNA not only the family's struggles, but also the resolution, not only the wounds, but also the medicine. This is the supreme gift you can offer to your lineage, the living demonstration that transformation is possible, that cycles can be broken, that chains can become wings. Every moment you choose love over fear, compassion over judgment, peace over conflict, you are rewriting your family's history. My dear friend, You were not sent to this world to remain bound by the chains of the past. You came here as a soul of light, with the power to transform not only your own life but also the destiny of all those connected to you. Family karma may seem like a heavy burden, but in truth, it is also a divine invitation, an opportunity to awaken, heal, and rise. The work you do on yourself is an act of divine service. It is not selfishness to care for your spiritual growth. It is the most generous gift you can offer to the world. When you heal your heart, you heal humanity's heart. When you free your soul, you contribute to the collective liberation of our species. Remember, every step you take toward consciousness loosens the knots of old patterns. Every act of forgiveness dissolves a chain. Every moment spent in meditation lifts you higher above the currents of the past. And every choice you make in love instead of fear sends waves of blessing through your entire lineage. You are not only healing yourself, you are becoming a living prayer for the generations before and after you. By freeing yourself, you free others. By healing, you heal the complete family tree. By elevating your consciousness, you elevate the consciousness of your entire ancestral line. On this path of transformation, you will find that your perception of family changes completely. You will no longer see your relatives as the sources of your problems, but as teachers who helped you develop the qualities your soul needed to cultivate. The critical father who taught you to seek your own inner approval. The overprotective mother who pushed you to develop independence. The competitive siblings who showed you the importance of collaborating instead of competing. Every difficult family relationship reveals itself as a growth opportunity perfectly orchestrated by divine wisdom. This does not minimize the real pain you may have experienced, but gives it a sacred context that transforms suffering into wisdom. As you walk forward from this moment, carry with you the truth that your soul is much larger than any story you have inherited. The light within you is eternal. The love within you is infinite. And the freedom within you is already yours, waiting only for you to claim it. This transformation does not require you to reject your family inheritance, but to refine it, keeping what serves your highest growth and releasing what does not. You are both a bridge between past and future and a new beginning for your lineage. As a being freed from family karma, you become a beacon of hope for others struggling with similar patterns. Your silent but powerful example demonstrates that real change is possible. You don't need to preach or teach. Simply by living from your most authentic truth, you inspire others to seek their own liberation. May you walk gently, live consciously, and always remember that you are never alone. The divine walks with you always, guiding you toward a life of freedom, love, and sacred purpose. In every breath, in every heartbeat, you carry the potential to transform not only your own existence, but the complete course of human history. Your life free from family karma is a gift to the world, a contribution to the elevation of planetary consciousness. When you live from this place of spiritual freedom, you become part of the solution to humanity's ancestral problems. You are both healer and healed, both teacher and student, both blessing and blessed. May light guide your mind, may peace flood your heart, and may your soul always remember that it is free. Jai Guru Dev. If this message touched your heart and helped you better understand the journey, remembering that it is part of your karma and your spiritual growth, support our work with a super thanks so we can continue creating transformative content with themes that inspire, help people, and bring more light to each life. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel if it resonates with you, and share it with your friends so our message reaches where it's needed.